Status check, has the, Scott, do you know if the new copies come yet?
Another couple minutes.
Another couple minutes on the copy. How you doing?
Like a champion.
So Dave, you brought your walking crew with you?
Got my name tag again.
Most excellent, most excellent. Ashland University, Ashland Scholar, walking for Dave Hall today. I'm glad to hear it. You know, this is a wonderful time of year. 2 years ago, we were just absolutely thrilled when a busload of students from Hillsdale College came in to help us campaign for Tom Ganley and Jim Renacci. Oh, and while they were here, we also worked to support, what was it, 7 different state representatives as well in our area. And what's interesting is that we had one loss. Tom Ganley could not come back from the smearing that was done the October surprise. But all the others won. Oh, and plus a state senator who just happened to reside in the same district as 3 of the state reps we helped elect in Summit County. Now, we don't confine ourselves to Medina County. At any rate, we're glad you could come here. It's not the best weather, but there are voters out there, undecided voters that are starting finally to pay attention. Not enough, but a few. And although they've got this, their filter set up, they're tuning out the campaign advertising, they're tuning out the news to a certain extent because they know it's all violence. But you can still get up face to face with them and get through. It's the one proven way that will get through and dip undecided voters off the fence. Nothing will beat face-to-face contact with a real human being. So I'm really glad to see that Hillsdale College kids are back this year. A lot of our volunteers are with them this morning, knocking on doors. And I'm glad to see the Ashland students are here with Dave Hall. Let's pause for a moment of prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day that was brought. We thank you for the opportunity to be a special generation. We feel that we have been brought here for this time, a time of challenge, a time when we must stand up and make our place in history, keep alive the great country that we live in and have been blessed with, the one nation that was born with the recognition of you as our Creator and the source of our life, our liberty, and all of our rights. Give us the strength as we go through this political season. Give us the perseverance to continue right through the election. The wisdom to do the right thing and to share it with others. And the joy at having this privilege. Amen. All right, let's see. Lisa, where are you? I'm going to draft you to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Okay. Please stand. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Nancy Notarian has to race off, so she'd like to make a quick announcement before she does.
Yeah, I'd just like to say that yesterday, some of you may or may not know, that was National MIA POW Day. Today we're going to be having a service at the National Cemetery, Medina County here in Rittman. The main speaker is going to be a gentleman who spent a good deal of time at the Hanoi Hilton during the Vietnam War. Anyway, I just ask that we maybe take a moment to remember the POWs, MIAs, and their family members who don't know. And take a moment to remember them in our prayers and in our thoughts.
Thank you, Nancy. Appreciate your service with the Marine Corps League. Do we have any elected officials with us this morning? Other than the guest speaker. Oh, hey, Ron Falcone. Ron Falcone, City Councilman in Brunswick, right?
Yes.
Okay, any other candidates in the audience this morning? Good, they should all be out knocking on doors. And do we have let me see a hand of, show of hands for new people here for the first time.
Me too.
We're glad you could join us. I'm gonna just give a little brief explanation about us. We're a little bit over 4 years old now. We formed Medina County Friends and Neighbors when it started looking like maybe Obama would be our next president. And having investigated within him a little bit, we decided that's pretty horrible. Then we looked at the Medina County Republican Party and we saw an inactive, closed group that we didn't think was really going to ignite the grassroots and do what was necessary to win. So we formed MCFAN, and unfortunately our predictions were right. The local GOP didn't do that much. Obama did get elected. And we've had to spend the last 4 years recreating the grassroots movement, which later turned into the Tea Party movement and the 9/12 movement under Glenn Beck, and has since infiltrated the Republican Party and fired up new life in that organization. It's been a long race since that time. Lisa's been elected first vice chairman of the Medina County State Central Committee. I was elected State Central Committee for the Ohio GOP. So we are infiltrated and we are one, which is great. It's absolutely fabulous. We had a meeting yesterday and in response to our cries that we need Romney signs, the Ohio GOP took its own checkbook and bought us an emergency supply. I understand we've got another supply coming in the same day from the Romney campaign, so that's good. Anyway, our formula is pretty basic. We try to identify other conservatives like ourselves, get them interested in what we're doing, inform them, and then get them involved in making a difference. Because we think the true source of change in America is the American citizens, we the people. We created this country, we can solve its problems, we can change our direction. It's a big tent. We've got probably more Republican than anything else. The second most common is undecided voters. We've got a lot of independents here, and they want to stay that way. We also have a large number of Democrats. We allow a variety of views from our podium, not all of which we share, and we have few rules. Keep it simple, no personal attacks, no opposition research. One thing we do ask all of our new people to do is sign our guest list and get on our email list so we can keep you advised of future events. Anything else, Lisa?
That's it, I'll make some announcements after the meeting about the t-shirts and so forth that we have up here.
Yeah, we got a whole bunch of announcements, as you may have noticed coming in. We have a lot of yard signs, and they all need a good one. So be sure to help yourself out there. I've also noticed a good supply of books out there that you might want to browse. Plenty of t-shirts. We're big advocates of t-shirts. One of the things we do with grassroots organizing is it's kind of hard to go out and identify people that are like-minded, other conservatives. You can check for bumper stickers, maybe a flag in their yard. Sometimes they'll have a conservative candidate sign in the front yard. But the best way we found to find other people, and especially find undecided voters that are ready to hear why they should vote for your guy instead of the other guy, is to walk around as a walking billboard with an Obhoff or a Hall or a Batchelder t-shirt on. And people who want to know, well, what's with this guy anyway? What can you tell me then? Hey, they're going to spot you and come to you in the grocery store, out at the mall, or wherever. That's the best possible situation because you've got them when they want to hear it. Great opportunity. Don't miss a chance. If you grab a t-shirt, just be sure to wear it about once a week or more. Okay.
Wash it first, though.
Yeah, just wash it once in a while.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Today we've had Representative Hall coming back to speak to us again. He was here a couple of months ago, And the issue at that time was energy and fracking in particular. And we did have a party crasher, a known party crasher, that we had to escort out. And it's kind of interesting because we got back to her and invited her personally and directly, not once, but what was it, twice?
Yeah.
To come back and state her case. She wouldn't do it. They don't want to, I guess, sell you their approach, they just want to attack you. So, just as an aside, at any rate, Dave was pleased to come back and give us an update on the political situation. And with that said, I'll just let him take the helm and take us where he will.
Thank you, Jim, and I do appreciate your leadership and everyone here. Thank you for the good soldiers out here, and we do have a lot of opportunities out here. But first, before I always speak, if my wife is in the audience, I always introduce my wife, Anita, and we will be married in October, 30 years. So Anita, please. During the process of we're talking about the campaign, I wanted to allow everyone and talk a little bit about what's happened in Columbus, some of the things happening through the campaign cycle, what we're seeing in polling, some of the things out there. But first, I just wanted to kind of throw that out there. A couple weeks ago, I was awarded the Watchdog of the Treasury in Columbus. A great honor to have that award, and I sitting on Finance and Appropriation Committee during the process of what we had to do a year and a half ago with the governor and the Speaker Batchelder, we had to basically, when Governor Ted Strickland accepted all that stimulus money, he basically intertwined it with all the budgets. And it was our job, my job, and people on the committee to basically take the machete and sometimes the scalpel from the stimulus money from what Obama had put in Ohio and remove it. Because every dollar that we were taking from Washington, we were spending up to $6 state funds or local funds. So we were able to pull back government in that process, and allowing the Speaker of Batchelder allow me to be in the middle of that budget process to pull back and balance an $8 billion deficit and not raise taxes, actually lower your taxes and get rid of the death tax in Ohio. We were able to do those things, and it's exciting to be able to accept that Watchdog of the Treasury award, and I take a great pride in that because it's something they look at, your record and how you stand and where your actions are in voting. So things I'm going to talk about, I'm going to throw some numbers out there. 9,527. What's 9,527? Folks, that's how many people have sent back there asking for the absentee ballot in Medina County. We got that off the voters list. That's what they've sent out. 9,527 individuals are going to vote absentee so far.
Is that good?
We have to think about that. And within 10 days, they'll be getting their ballots back and they're going to start the voting process. So now we have 10 days to convince people out there, 9,527 of them. We are the right party, we are the people, and we have the right people who are going to go after and represent you in either Columbus or Washington or a county-wide race or an issue. So you look at it closely. What we're dealing with that's a lot of voters. And we're seeing that. I was able to see in smaller counties, the numbers are up, but in Medina, they're up tremendously. When I saw that list, I think I called a couple people. I even called Hallie Wolf, who's helping myself and my campaign. And it's a little bit like, it was worrisome at first, but then I'm thinking, maybe it's a positive thing. We were getting the message out to vote, but we're going to be monitoring that. So it's important that the next 10 to 12 days we get our message out there, because that could change a race. 9,527 voters. So excuse me?
I just said that I hope they're all Republicans.
We pray that. We pray that they come to the ballot and they are informed. I mean, that's what we ask, that we inform these people and inform them on the quality people that are up for election, and you know, the concerns out there as a you know, a candidate, and can we get our message out? The election process has changed so much. It's early. When do you spend your dollar? If you have funds, how do you get out there? And the window has changed. You know, for a small candidate like me, we cannot go up on TV. We could not afford that. With what's happening with all the, as you see you're watching TV, unfortunately, there's a lot of bad commercials out there, and they're inundating the market. So we are limited to our grassroots campaign, which I think is the greatest process anyway, and having the students from Ashland University helping us out up here. They're going to be walking out there many times up here in this area, you know, helping the team, helping the candidates out there. So we're very appreciative of the students out here. They can be somewhere else on a Saturday, and I want everyone to clap for this is what they do. All volunteers like you, no pay in it. It's just the love of it, the ability to believe in someone. So my wife and I are ever so humbled that, you know, have people like the Ashbrook college students, or also you out there helping us out. You can't do it.
There is pay in it, having an office.
Thank you.
That's the payment.
Thank you, thank you. And I want to get back to that. A lot of people, you know, they look at a legislator, and you go down to Columbus and they want to know what you do and how you're doing it. But I'll just tell you, we were called back just recently by Speaker Batchelder to do some issues, and but you know, when I'm down there, there's a green button that says yes, and there's a red button that says no that we push. They're buttons, they're symbols of where you vote. But you know, when we're pushing that button, and myself, you take a deep breath, and myself, and think of the people back home you're representing before you make that vote. Make sure you have a well-informed vote, that you read the bill, and being a chairman of a committee, you have to read the bill, and you read the bill, and you read the bill, and you form that, you know, you bring that bill together as a chairman, and you make sure that that's a quality bill that you present before Speaker Batchelder. And I have to say, Bill Batchelder, I consider him one of the greatest statesmen in the history of Ohio. Mm-hmm. Bill Batchelder is just amazing. And as a chairman, Bill Batchelder says, Chairman Hall, you formulate your bill, and he says he lets the chairman do what he needs to do to get the bill done. No manipulating of the vote, no saying it's already a done deal. It is a process we go through, and we go hours and hours and hours. And Speaker Batchelder is an amazing man, and it's an honor to be able to serve under the greatest speaker, I feel, in the state of Ohio ever. And Bill Batchelder is a guy who will come in, he won't count heads, and he'll bring the process forward. And you know, just say he doesn't have to worry about our votes. He knows we have a good conservative group out there, and he never counted one head when we were doing the budget. He walked in there and he knew that he had a great team there, and we follow him, and he's a great leader, and we're looking forward to the next General Assembly when this Speaker Batchelder will be the speaker again. So look forward to that. But I want to touch a little bit about the election process too, and then I want to touch a little bit about the oil and gas exploration and the job process. But as you know, you're hearing the polling going out there. The liberal media is out there saying, you know, well, it's 5 or 7 points in Ohio. There's such a big gap. We're not seeing it in the local polling throughout the state of Ohio in local races. we're asking the question out there, how you gonna vote or where you're tending. We're not pushing them a direction, we're asking them simple questions. And we're seeing a different, it's flip-flop, it's not we're behind 5 to 7 points, we're ahead. So, we gotta make sure,
Just as clarification, is that for local races or is that for the presidential race?
that's the presidential
Okay,
race.
thank you.
Where are they getting this data from? I mean,
Slanted.
okay, but where are they pulling,
They're polling more Democrats than
so
Republicans.
they're not getting a fair sample?
Yes,
They're not-
well, and they want that. They wanna manipulate and they wanna disenfranchise the movement. They wanna make sure that, we keep people home. That's why you're seeing that early process before absentee balloting, voting. They wanna disenfranchise people, saying the race is over.
So it's skewed, the numbers are skewed.
Yes, so we are asking, we have a firm that we have polling, a Newhouse firm that does a lot of work in the national scene. They're working with our scene, but I'll just tell you, in the process, we do have a lot of tight state representative races in the state of Ohio. They're very tight, and we need to make sure we get the message out that President Obama didn't create the jobs that he said in Ohio. It didn't happen, folks. It did not happen.
He didn't build that?
He didn't build it. And I like that. But the problem is, he's accepting, he's using that message, and it's our job, the ones who were down there in the battlegrounds a year and a half ago, removing his stimulus money from the budget, to get our message out there. What we did and how we got there, and what we did was pull back government first. We deregulated a lot of areas and looked at common sense regulations. We did that. That allows the business to say, Ohio, we want to be here. And we pulled back taxes. We brought back taxes and lowered them. We lowered your income tax. We're getting rid of the death tax. People are looking at Ohio saying, that's the way to go. We have corporation businesses saying, we want to be in Ohio. When's the last time a state of Ohio can say, we were 48 under the Strickland administration and job creation, we're number 4 in the nation now.
Wow.
That didn't happen.
Wow.
That is giant.
Yes,
I just wanna say, I was with someone yesterday that's a Democrat, and she believes that we're doing better because of Obama. See, what the message isn't getting out.
well, and that's what we're gonna be fighting the next 44 days. We gotta get that message out, because what he is saying is his stimulus money helped the auto.
Right.
But if you look at the whole process, we lost more jobs under this, the shutdown of the plants and the dealerships under the stimulus package plan that we gained in the auto industry. Where we gained the most in the state of Ohio is on energy. This past, since January, we have 8,000 direct jobs produced by the natural gas industry. So if you look at that, Obama didn't do that, I guarantee you, he's totally against that. Yes, sir.
I got a question. Why doesn't the governor come out and refute what Obama says? I mean, most people are thinking that Obama's right and the governor's not.
Well,
They don't know any better, yeah.
well, and right now, the governor's polling's still bad. It's difficult, I mean, he still has tough numbers, and it's our job as legislators now to go out and send the message out. What have we done? Where are we at? And we have to get the message out, because the message is, Obama is sitting out there saying, I did it with the stimulus dollars. I did it with helping the car industry out. Let's see the commercials out there that says, I helped this, and they kick the tires, and they say what we did, and say, that was good, we did save some jobs, but we lost a lot. You go to Richland County, Mansfield, Ontario, shut down whole factories. Amazing. They don't talk about that. They don't talk about the job losses they've lost through the years. 400,000 jobs in Ohio. Yes, we've gained over 123,000 in the last year and a half under our watch in Columbus, the Republican watch. And we have gained those jobs, but they are just a small part is the auto industry. It's basically where all the jobs have been created. Ma and pa businesses, the local business person who maybe brought 3 or 4 extra people on board. That's where Ohio has gained the jobs. Because of what our policy, what we did in Columbus is allow mom and dad who has that small business or that family-owned business to be able to grow internally. And we were able to bring those people into the job market. And that's where we gain. And that's the message we have to get out there. It's not, yes, you can get, and it's great to be able to get on TV and say, we created, 1,000 new jobs at this factory. We've done that in the industry of U.S. Steel. I had a hearing over there a month ago. U.S. Steel is pumping out so much steel and so many jobs out there. It's amazing what's happening because of the oil and gas industry. We have one brand new plant in Youngstown, Ohio, just came online. Steel pipe, American-made steel. They're not, Obama didn't grow that the industry. He won't even allow a pipeline to go across the country. And you look at those things, and you have these steel plants coming up online. And I talked to the factory workers. They're excited. They're putting that money that they earn, which they work hard at, and they're put it back into the community. You're seeing refrigerators bought. You're starting to see that process truly how economics should be, where you buy things, you purchase things, you're a consumer. We have quality jobs. We're doing that within certain industries throughout the state of Ohio. But the problem we have is that people want to villainize, make an industry like they did with coal a villain. They want to make the oil and gas people look like villains out there. They want to demonize an industry. And I want to touch a little bit about that. I was up here speaking, and we, between last time I spoke and this time, Ohio has now a new energy plan under Speaker Batchelder and Governor Kasich, and I had a lot to do with the new energy plan. It really develops in a safe manner, even a greater process of developing and protecting our great resource water. And I'm going to do a visual here. And I want to talk a little bit about oil and gas. One of these wells that are drilled, and I was talking to U.S. Steel and their higher ups. In one well, there are 10 semi-truckloads of steel that go into the well. 10 truckloads. You know how many jobs that creates on steel alone?
What do you mean,
10 semi-truckloads of pipe that is delivered onto the site to be put into the ground.
Oh, wow.
10 truckloads. And consider this, one piece of pipe, 40 feet long, one piece of pipe, as much steel goes into a Ford pickup truck. There's a lot of pipe being made in Ohio, folks. A lot. And every well that's drilled, just think of how many jobs it's creating and all the other downstream and upstream jobs in the process we're working on. So you look at that, that's American jobs on our soil being created just in the pipe industry alone. Not the threading and the couplings and all the other things that come along with that process. But I'm going to pull something out on our safety process. The greatest safety program in the state of Ohio on protecting the people's water. And you got to remember, when I talked last time, when they drill down, they go down vertically 7,000 feet. Then they do the horizontal process, and in the process, that's the drilling process. And everyone has the theme of fracking is the whole process. Fracking, it's called well stimulation. I don't even want to say it's fracking. That's what the people want to call it, the slang word, but it's truly it's a well stimulation process. And folks, when you're 7,000 feet down and you're doing a horizontal well stimulation, you are about 6,800 feet away from your water table. That's why the bid